Hi everyone, welcome to All About Sewing Circle Skirt Lesson 1. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you circle skirt math. To a lot of people, math is just like doing a magic, but trust me, it is really easy. All you need to know is the formula for a particular skirt you're cutting. So for example, you're cutting a 360-degree circle skirt, you need to know what to use to divide your waist measurement to get the radius for you to be able to cut the skirt. So let's get started. For 360-degree circle skirt, which is also known as a full circle skirt, a full flare, which is like this, is a full round circle. So here you have, to get your radius, this from this point to this point is the radius. So the full middle part here is the diameter, but all we need to know is the radius, which is from the middle to the end point here. So this is going on the waist, and this is the lower part of the skirt. So here, when you fold your material into 4, so all you need to do is from this tip all around to get the radius for you to be able to cut out this little circle inside for this part to go on the waist. So for 360 circle skirt, to get your radius, you have to do your waist measurement. Let me use M to represent measurement. Your waist measurement divided by 6.28. So this is what you'll use to get the radius here to be able to cut out the little circle inside. So this is on the lower part of your skirt, and this is going around your waist. Note that on this part of your skirt, it is stretchy, even for non-stretchy fabric. So if you don't want to have any joining on the side or on the back for zip, if it's a stretch fabric, you need to minus 2 inches from your waist measurement here, so to have that perfect fit around the waist. So you need to minus 2 from your waist measurement. But if you're having a joining maybe on the side or on the back side for zip, you don't have to minus this 2 inches from your waist measurement. So here, this is how the skirt looks like. It's very full, and it goes like, it's very full. It goes like this. So this part is what we have here in the middle. So it's just like a circle. So this is 360-degree circle skirt, which is a full circle skirt. So we have 3 more. We have the 270-degree, we have the 180-degree, and we also have the 90-degree. So which makes it 4 types of circle skirt we have. And the most common ones is always the 360 and the 180. So remember that this 2 inches you're deducting from your waist measurement is before dividing with this 6.28. So if you're not, for example, say you're joining on the side or at the back, you don't have to minus this 2 from your waist measurement. So you just choose your waist measurement divided by 6.28. So if you care to know how this 6.28 came into this formula, so this is a circle, and the circumference of a circle, that is the measure around this circle. So the circumference of this little circle we're cutting out equals 2 pi r. So that is the math formula of finding the circumference of a circle. So basically, this is a circle, and we want to know the radius here. So this is the radius. So pi is always, this is constant, is always 3.14 or 22/7. So this is pi, and it's constant. Here, okay, sorry about that. Okay, so the circumference of the circle will be 2 multiplied by this 3.14, 3.14 multiplied by this r you're having here. Okay, so let me erase this. Okay, so here I have 2 multiplied by 3.14. That will give me 6.28. So C equals 6.28. Then remember this R. So now we're looking for the R. So we need to make this R the subject of this formula. So here I have the R. I'm bringing the R as the subject of the formula. So I'm dividing both sides. If I divide both sides by 6.28 divided by 6.28, so this 6.28 is going to cancel this. This is just a basic math, don't get confused. So you're left with R here, then equals the C, which is the circumference of the circle, divided by 6.28. So this is just a basic math. So this C is the circumference of this circle, which is the same as our waist measurement. So that is why in this formula the C here is replaced with the waist measurement divided by this same 6.28. I hope you understand that, but let me quickly go over it again. So this is the circumference of the circle, the little circle we are cutting out from the skirt to go on the waist. So that is circumference of the circle, so which is C, to represent the circumference, equals 2 pi r. This is the formula of finding a circumference of a circle. So here pi is always 3.14. Okay, so I replace this pi with 3.14 here. So 2 multiplied by 3.14 r. So I have it here to be 2 multiplied by 3.14. So that gave me 6.28. Then I put in this r here. So I have C equals, that is the circumference of the circle, equals 6.28 multiplied by the radius. So here, how can I make the R the subject of the formula? So here what I'm going to do is divide both sides by 6.28 because I want to get rid of this 6.28 beside the R and make this R stand alone. So when I divided both sides by 6.28, this 6.28 I have here, cross out the 6.28 beside the R, so I'm left with C over 6.28 equals R, which is the same thing as R. That's the radius, equals circumference divided by 6.28. And this is replaced with waist measurement because that is the part that is going on the waist. The next one is 270-degree circle skirt. Okay, so for the 270, assuming I have a line going through this side, so I have just this part for the 270. So that's, before we have 360, that's 90, 90, 90, 90. So 90 and 90 is 180, then plus the other 90 degree we have 270. So here, yes, so the radius is just going to be from here to this side, not this one. Okay, so that is for 270-degree circle skirt. Okay, so here it's very similar to the full one. The difference is just this part. So here I have the radius to be 1.33 multiplied by your waist measurement, then divided by 6.28. So the only difference we have here is just this 1.33. So if you care to know how this 1.33 came into this formula, so we have, this is just 3/4. So which is, if I divide this, the former circle, into 4, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm having 3 out of 4. That is 3/4. So now you're dividing your waist measurement by 3/4 here, and then when you multiply this way, this changes, so the denominator comes up and the numerator goes down. That is the basic math. Don't worry yourself too much about this. So you have your waist multiplied by 4/3, and when you calculate 4/3, you have 1.33. So that is how this 1.33 came into this formula, by dividing 4 into 3. So that is 1.33. So after calculating this for your radius, you're doing that for the whole circle, after which you have to remove 1 out of this 4. I'll explain more on this, how you can cut this to 270-degree circle skirt in the fourth lesson, or the third lesson. So that is that about 270-degree. This is just the difference in the formula from the previous one we had. So this is the 270-degree formula. Moving on to 180-degree circle. So 180-degree circle skirt. Okay, so here we are dividing the whole, let me draw the full circle again. So we are dividing this full circle into 2. So the radius I'm having from here to here, or from here to here. So this is just the radius here. So from here to here. Okay, so for this 180-degree circle skirt, remember for the full one we had circumference equals the waist measurement divided by 6.28. Okay, but here this full circle is divided by 2. That is half of the full circumference we had. Okay, so here, that is, we divided the circumference into 2. So now to get the formula for this 180, we need to multiply it by the circumference to get this part of the circle. If we want to divide, we want to use the circumference formula. So here, when we want to multiply this, as usual, the denominator comes up and the numerator comes down. That is 2/1, and 2/1 is same thing as 2. Multiply by the waist, then that will be divided by 6.28. Let me do that again. So for the 180 here, I have the radius equals 2 multiplied by the waist measurement, then divided by 6.28. This is still the number, the waist measurement divided by 6.28 we had in the previous step. So the only difference on this 180-degree is that you have 2 of this half in the whole circle. So this is still the formula of the full circle, but this is just telling us that we have 2 of this on the half. So when you cross out, 2 goes here in 1, and 6.28 divided by 2, you have 3.14. So if you didn't really get that, don't worry, this is just a basic maths. So it's just that I'm dividing, I have 2 up here and I have 6.28 here. So instead of repeating this, like saying my waist measurement multiplied by 2 and divide this, which I know I can divide this 6.28 by 2 and get rid of those 2 I have on the upper part here. So it's just basically saying I divided this by 2 and also I divided this by 2. So here I have, this 2 is gone, so I have my waist measurement. So here I have my waist measurement divided by 3.14. So if you don't really understand these steps, just note that for 180-degree circle skirt, to find the radius, you're using your waist measurement divided by 3.14. So the explanation I did earlier is just for you to understand how this 3.14 was changed from the normal 6.28 we use for the full circle. That is because we have this half circle twice in the full circle. So that is just the basic math about 180-degree circle. Moving on to 90-degree circle, which is the last one. So here, assuming let me draw the full circle again. Sorry, this is not right. Okay, so imagine if I want to divide my circle into 4 and I'm having just this 90. Remember, this is 360, and if I remove one of it, that's minus 90, I have 270. Then if I remove one again, I'm left with 180. And then if I remove, let me remove this part. Okay, here I'm left with 90 degree. So here, this is the little circle we are cutting out. So the radius will just be from this point down to, so the radius is just going to be from this point to this point and this point. So this is the R here. Okay, so this is 90-degree circle skirt. Okay, so for this is just like saying we divided the whole circumference into 4. So to get this, we're still using the full circle formula, but we're going to multiply this part by 4 if we still want to maintain the full circle formula. So here, if I have 4, so basically this is just telling me that 4 of this will give me the full circle, which I'm using the formula. So 4 multiplied by my waist measurement divided by 6.28. So I'm still using a full circle formula, but this 4 is telling me that I have 4 of these 90 in the full circle formula I'm using. So I have just this as 90, but that will give me 4 times this whole circle to be able to get 360, because I'm still using here, I'm still using the full circle. So this is just like saying 4 out of the full circle. So here, like the 180 where I have 2 up here and 6.28 here, then I divided both by 2. So same thing, I can divide by 2. I can't divide this by 4, but I can divide it by 2. So if I divide 4 by 2, I'm left with 2, and if I divide this by 2, I'm left with 3.14. So using this, my radius will be 2. Remember, I have 2 here. That is, I had 4 before. When I divided by 2, that gave me 2. So I have 2 multiplied by my waist measurement, then divided by not 6.28 this time, but 3.14, because I divided both my numerator here by 2 and the denominator also by 2. So I'm having 3.14. So this is the formula for finding the radius of 90-degree circle skirt. So just take note of all the formulas. They're easy and they're very, very easy to understand if you can just put them in mind and take note of all the formulas. I'll explain more next lessons how radius is marked on fabric, so when we're doing the practical of cutting all the degrees of circle skirt we have. So that's all for today. Thank you, and let me know if you have any question.